Hello everyone. How have you been? I hope you are doing well. Thank you for watching the live online class. I'm Aya and I will be a host for today's class. First of all, let me introduce the contents and presenters of the class. The Divine Teaching class will be presented by Rina. It's about divine mission of Oshienushi-sama. Then there is the divine light practice with Christian Doshi. We will review the divine light spot for legs. During the class, if you have any questions, you can send them to the live chat. Let's start from the divine teaching class.
Hello everyone, my name is Rina from Chicago Contact Branch. Thank you very much for attending today's class. On September 1st, Oshienushi-sama turned 81 years old. Let's pray for his happiness and the successful accomplishment of his divine mission. Oshienushi-sama is always happy to see more and more people learning divine teachings, practicing divine light, and contributing to the creation of heaven on earth. More people in the world harmonizing with God's will bring happiness to everybody. Today, I would like to talk about the divine mission of Oshienushi-sama. God's will is to establish a wonderful heavenly civilization on earth, a reflection of the divine spiritual world. God gave humankind a sub-soul or desire so that the material civilization capable of high use of materials could progress fast. However, the material civilization has been progressing. Human beings have been turning away from God's will. Characterized by greediness, humanity has been using desire for their personal benefit and not harmonizing with God's wishes. As a result, human beings are facing crises in many aspects of society. For example, nuclear weapons threat peace and a human life on Earth. By divine revelation on February 27, 1959, God asked Mr. Yoshikazu Okada, the first Oshienushi-sama, to establish World Divine Light Organization. In order to advance the divine plan, God gave us the art of divine light and the divine teachings to cultivate seed people for the coming spiritual civilization on earth. The first Oshienushi-sama started practicing and teaching the art of divine light in a tiny room to the second floor above a ramen restaurant in the city of Kandasuda in Japan. Oshienushi-sama's role in God's plan is to be the spiritual connection between God and human beings to establish heaven on earth. The first Oshienushi-sama main accomplishment was sharing divine teachings and divine light with humanity. Divine light is the art of salvation without any compensation. Divine light illuminates our accumulated spiritual impurities and negative karma, awakening our original divine nature and happiness. It took 15 years and tremendous effort from the first Oshienushi-sama to convey divine teachings and the art of divine light. The first Oshienushi-sama fulfilled his promise of sharing divine teaching and the art of divine light with humanity, and he entrusted the second Oshienushi-sama with the construction of Suza, enshrining Sugat. Second Oshienushi-sama main accomplishment was the construction of Suza, world main shrine. Mr. Sakae Sekiguchi, the second Oshienushi-sama, served with the first Oshienushi-sama since World Divine Light Organization was established. On June 23, 1974, the first Oshienushi-sama ascended to the divine spiritual world to take his mission there. The divine mission given to the first Oshienushi-sama by God was carried on the second Oshienushi-sama. On August 23, 1987, we celebrated the 28th Grand Anniversary Festival of World Divine Light Organization and the completion of Suza, World Main Shrine. That day, Suza was hit by lightning, and there was blackout in the temple, except for the Golden Shrine. At that time, the second Oshienushi-sama said to Kamikumite in his speech that Sugat descended to the Golden Shrine with a thunder and a lightning. It was a historical moment of descending Sugat on the earth. On January 3, 1994, the second Oshienushi-sama ascended to the divine spiritual world. His great accomplishment was the construction of Suza, the Holy Land, where humanity pilgrimage to harmonize with God and celebrate anniversary festival, filling the inside and outside of Suza with Kamikumites from all over the world. The third Oshienushi-sama, Mr. Katsutoshi Sekiguchi, has the role of laying the ground for worldwide expansion. According to God's great plan, He prepares humanity for the coming spiritual divine light civilization. The third Oshienushi-sama's role is to progress the worldwide expansion of divine teachings and divine light to cultivate seed people for the coming spiritual divine light civilization. On August 1, 1999, the day of 40th Grand Anniversary Festival of World Divine Light Organization, Suza was filled with many Kamikumites from over 20 countries in the world. The second Oshienushi-sama's dream came true. In his speech, he declared the start of the worldwide expansion of divine teachings and divine light. He has been paving the way of worldwide expansion and the creation of the spiritual divine light civilization by focusing on two major countries, the United States of America and China. Thanks to his guidance, worldwide expansion has been progressing more and more. He created the Yoko High School to train youth members who can be active spiritual people on the global stage. He established a language training program for ministers to study language abroad and promoting worldwide expansion. He has constructed many spiritual training centers in the world. August 1st, 2020, we celebrated the 61st Grand Anniversary Festival at Suza in Japan. Kamikumites from all over the world joined the magnificent ceremony from Suza, Japan, through the live streaming. Oshienushi-sama is asking us to cultivate ourselves spiritually by practicing the three pillars of truth to become person of light and share divine teaching and divine light to people around the world for the creation of the spiritual divine light civilization. The second Oshienushi-sama practiced doing now in his daily life. When we focus on what is in front of us with the intention of serving God, our deepest abilities given by God will flourish and we will grow spiritually. Practice doing now for God, the divine plan for humanity. Thank you very much for watching this video and let us work together for God, creating heavenly civilization on earth. Thank you very much.
It was the nice class for learning the mission of Oshienushi-sama. Thank you very much, Rina Doshi. Oshienushi-sama just turned 81 years old. He is older than most of us, but he energetically does divine service and strongly guides us. He's wishing to visit Taiwan, Mexico, and Hawaii for its opening ceremony after things return to normal. He is amazing. We keep doing our divine service, following his guidance. Let's live in the moment and be present, like the second Oshienushi-sama said. Next, let's watch the Divine Light class presented by Christian Doshi.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to another online class. Today we are going to practice the spots for the legs, number 19, 20, 21, and 22. First is number 19, the inguinal ligaments. The main artery, lymph gland, and nerves pass through this spot, so an accumulation of toxins will cause blockage and adversely affect the entire body. This spot is considered one of the vital spots for legs. So problem associated with an accumulation of toxins is poor circulation. This spot is located in the groin area. It's actually pretty easy to find. It is where the leg meets the torso, right here where my leg bends. When the person is laying down, you would want to locate their hip bone and then close your hand like so. Now, if the receiver is not your wife or girlfriend, you should not touch them. So in this case, I will ask Rina to find the spot. So she finds the spot that is hard. You locate the spot and send the divine light into the spot for 2 to 3 minutes. For a healthy person, this spot would be indented and very soft, but for most of us, it is swollen with toxins. And when finished, check the spot again to make sure it is softer. In this case, I will ask Rina to check again. Good. And the next spot is number 20, the inner dent of thighs. If toxic poisons accumulate here, the area below this spot will not function well. So we associate leg problems with an accumulation of toxins to this spot. It is located inside the thigh, just above the kneecap. So to find it, the first thing you'll want to do is ask the receiver to bend and cross their legs, like so. Okay, in this area. Now you want to be careful because this spot is very sensitive. So if you press too hard, it can cause a lot of pain. You'll put your fingers right here and then you'll squeeze, looking for the hardest spot. Okay. Once you find it, you will send the divine light into the spot from your fingertips for 2 to 3 minutes. And when the time is complete, you check the spot again, making sure it is softer because the light melts the toxins. Next is spot number 21. This spot has no name, but it is basically in the ligament where the leg meets the foot. A problem associated with toxins is this will affect your legs and feet. To find the spot, you want to come here, right in this spot. There's a bone to the left and to the right. So right in here, you can press in this spot. You can feel a hard spot. This is the toxins. And then send the divine light into that spot for 2 to 3 minutes. And when the time is complete, check the spot again to make sure it is softer. Now this spot is not considered one of the 3 vital spots for legs, but we still recommend giving light to this spot anyway. And finally, spot number 22 is the 3rd vital spot for the legs. So the problem associated with toxins here is that it will affect the legs and the feet. This spot has no name, and it is located on the back of the leg, just above the calf muscles, about 2 inches below the knee. This spot can be a little tricky to find, but there is a tip. First thing you want to do is locate the knee, the back of the knee. You can find it by flexing the leg like so. Okay. Now come down to the side, and then you want to look for a bone that will protrude outwards. This is called the calf bone. Just a little bit down here to the side, right about here. You'll feel it's a large bone. Don't get it confused with the knee. It's different. The kneecap is up here, and the calf bone is out here. It's very hard to miss. Okay, so this is your reference point. From this bone, now you're going to want to bring your finger straight across to the inside, and just a little bit past the halfway point is the spot. Now you want to be very careful because this spot can also be extremely painful if you press too hard. So you'll know you found the spot because the receiver will be in pain. So be careful about pressing too hard. Once you locate the spot, send the divine light for 2 to 3 minutes. And when time is complete, check the spot to ensure it is softer. So we have covered the spots for the legs. If you have any problems or pain in your legs, in your feet, or in your knees, we recommend giving divine light to the vital spots of the legs first, number 19, 20, and 22. It would also be recommended to give divine light to spot number 21 as well. So give divine light to these spots first, and then anywhere else you are having pain or problems. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining today's Divine Light practice class. I will now send it back to you.
Thank you very much for your class, Christian Doshi. Those spots for legs are very important for us. Giving divine light for those spots is not only for leg and foot problems. It helps to energize and make circulation of the whole body better and drain the toxin from the lower back area. Those are not difficult spots for giving divine light by ourselves. So please practice giving the light to those spots. Now, Rina Doshi and Christian Doshi will answer your questions. First, I will give it to Rina Doshi.
Thank you very much, Ayadoshi, and thank you very much for that question. That question is, do you have any memories with Oshienushi-sama? Yes, I do. When I was a Yoko college student, Oshienushi-sama gave me words that impressed me greatly. He said that everything happens for a reason. You will learn many things from your own experiences that will help you in some way to achieve what you are trying to do in your life. When I was facing family problems, sometimes I was feeling down. Even though I knew that these hardships come to us to create our family calmer and to uplift our spiritual level. I was not brave enough to face them. At that time, I remember that word from Oshienushi-sama. It helped me change my mind from negative to positive. And I told myself that what I learned from these experiences would be helpful for someone or myself in the future. So I was able to overcome it with appreciation, and my family relationships were getting better. Now I would like to share a testimony from Kamikumite in Japan with you. We have been living in difficult times because of the novel coronavirus. During that time, at the monthly commencement ceremony for April, Oshienushi-sama asked all Kamikumites around the world to join him daily prayer at 8:30 a.m. Japanese time and chant Amatsu prayer together. Mr. T, Japanese Kamikumite, started to chant Amatsu prayer with his wife at 8:30 a.m. daily. His wife was bedridden due to her illness. However, she was able to sit up in bed. From the third day after they started joining the daily prayer and chanted Amatsu Norigoto. Moreover, she who hardly had appetite became able to eat 2 bowls of rice. At the routine health checkup in the hospital, her doctor was puzzled at how much she recovered from illness. Through Mr. T's experiences that he and his wife were also saved by praying for people all over the world, he felt strongly that it was important to harmonize with Oshienushi-sama's prayer. Let's join Oshienushi-sama's daily prayer for people in the world to overcome this challenging time together. Thank you very much for everyone. I will send it back to Ayadoshi.
Thank you very much, Rina Doshi, for sharing your experience with Oshienushi-sama and nice testimony from Kamikumite. Now, Christian Doshi will answer the questions about the Divine Light session. Let me give it to Christian Doshi.
Thank you very much, Doshi Aya, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for still being here this long into the class. I have not received any questions today. I am so sad and upset. I'm just kidding. I have prepared some questions in advance because I did get asked these questions previously during a seminar. So today's class was the leg points: 19, the inguinal region or the groin; 20, the inner dent of thigh; 21, the unnamed, but the ligaments in the foot where the leg and the foot connect; and then finally 22, at the back of the leg just above the calf. Now this one question, it's not so important, but it has been asked, and that's, why are 21 and 22 unnamed? Why is there no name? I have no answer for that, really. You would think maybe the labels could be where the parts are. For example, maybe 21 could be the foot ligament or instep of foot, and maybe 22 could be named the calf. Yeah, I would agree. I would think that would be fine. The names were determined by the first Oshienushi-sama. I don't know. I don't see the numbers having any those. I do not see those spots 21 and 22 unnamed getting any names soon. But for me, I don't really think it's so important to remember the names themselves as long as you remember the points. For example, I don't think about the language of an Okiyomi practitioner is more of the numbers. You know the numbers where they are, not so much the names. Yeah, so anyways, like I said, it's not such a big deal. And then another question is kind of similar, and it was, if you were paying attention, we were talking about numbers 19, the inguinal region, number 20, inner dent of thigh, and then the final spot, number 22, back of the leg. Those three are considered the vital spots for the legs. But wait a second, we did 4 spots. 21. Why is 21 a leg point, but yet not considered a vital spot for a leg? Another thing that is kind of confusing, I don't have a straight answer for that. I guess you could say 19, 20, 22 are the most effective for the legs and for overall circulation and good health. So that's not to say number 21, the foot, is unimportant. It's just maybe it's not as effective, but still, I would think if you're going to do leg points, do all of them. Do all 4, 19, 20, 21, and 22. So once again, the inguinal region, inner dent of thigh, the foot, and the back of leg. Do all 4 of those during a session of Okiyomi. And as Aya just explained, those spots are very effective for promoting good health because it helps with circulation. And when your body is able to circulate the blood and everything, it can then discharge the toxins from your body. So yes, these points are very effective, especially if you are feeling sick. Flu season is coming pretty soon. People will get fever or flu. I have experienced, if you can give divine light to yourself, to 19 especially, if you could give kidneys, I'm assuming you're by yourself. If you have a partner, it'd be good to receive divine light from a partner. But if you're by yourself, you can give divine light to yourself. Number 19, the groin area, both sides. Get your body circulation going, because that'll even help you get through the cold or the flu much faster, or a fever. So I recommend doing that. Practice these points. Practice these, giving most of these spots you can give to yourself. There are some on the back that are really difficult, but most of these spots you can do yourself. So I recommend doing it, especially when you have downtime. When you're driving a car, you could give divine light to yourself. If you are driving a automatic transmission, if you're driving a stick, forget about it. So that is it for today. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing everyone next time. I'll send it back to Aya.
Thank you very much, Christian Doshi. I have also wondered the same questions before, actually. Even though we practice divine light every day for a long time, new questions still come out, and that's nice. Rina Doshi and Christian Doshi, again, thank you very much for your classes. Lastly, I would like to make a couple of announcements. There is the harmonization of the monthly commencement ceremony today from 6:30 p.m. in Pacific Daylight Time. You can watch it from YouTube live streaming. If you haven't received the link, please contact Doshi in your center. Let us offer the prayer together with Oshienushi-sama and attune ourselves to God's will. Also, the next live online class will be Saturday, October 3rd from 1 p.m. in Pacific Daylight Time. The presenter of the Divine Teaching class is going to be Christian Doshi. The topic for the class is how to change Omitama wrapping. And Divine Light Practice class will be presented by Ayano Doshi. Okiyome spots for stiff shoulder relief. We hope to see you again at the next class and wish you a positive month. Thank you for watching the class today. Bye bye.